So, we have another tweet from Donald Trump that's in the news, and this one I wanted to talk about for the same reason why I brought up a video in the past referring to the fact that people were getting outraged and losing their mind when Bill Maher said the N-word. Now, this is completely different in context, but it has that same liberal outrage aspect to it, that SJWS kind of feel, even though it's not really going to fall into the realm of an SJW type of argument. It has that same kind of, like, just get over it type of vibe to it. So, Trump tweets a GIF of himself like at WrestleMania or a WWE event back in the day where he was wrestling Vince McMahon outside of the ring, you know, like slamming him to the ground and punching him in the face, fake of course. And some people on Reddit decided to impose the CNN logo over the face of Vince McMahon, and Trump retweeted it or tweeted this GIF out to the exuberant Reddit users who created it. And CNN and the rest of the mainstream media either had a slow weekend or really thought that this was an issue worthy of such heavy coverage. Now, my opinion about this is it's just, we know that the president has undeniably attacked the media unfairly, called them fake news when something doesn't fit the way he would like it to be portrayed. But that's not what this is about. This is more of just a funny tweet. Yes, it's not presidential. Yes, other leaders around the world wouldn't do something similar, but Donald Trump isn't every other leader around the world. And I really don't like defending the guy, because I really don't like Donald Trump. Every fiber of my being just about hates him. But there's this small part of me that when he does stuff like this, I don't really care. I think it's kind of funny. The bombast that he shows sometimes, it may be not even that he's funny in the fact that he's clever, witty, or something like that. It's just the audacity and the gall he has to do some of the things he does. It's just odd and entertaining, even though there's a billion more things we should be focused on. You know, 15 outlets and every major newspaper decide that this is pressing news and a story. So, reading from a New York Times article, I'll just skip to the juicy part, you would say. Groups like the Committee to Protect Journalists, which essentially focus on countries where reporters' freedoms are curtailed, say that they are concerned by Mr. Trump's campaign trail rebukes of news organizations are now being issued from the pulpit of the White House. Quote, targeting individual journalists or media outlets on or offline creates a chilling effect and fosters an environment where further harm or harassment or even physical attack is deemed acceptable. Courtney Radsch, the advocacy director for the Committee to Protect Journalism, wrote in a statement on Sunday, adding that Mr. Trump's comments may, quote, embolden autocratic leaders around the world, end quote. Are you serious? Let me tell you something about autocratic leaders around the world. There are people like Tayyip Erdogan. There's people like the president of Egypt, who overthrew the democratically elected president in a coup and took power. There are plenty of autocratic leaders like Rodrigo Duterte that are not going to see this tweet and be like, oh, this is going to embolden me. This is child shit compared to what they're doing. Rodrigo Duterte has basically allowed any citizen to just commit murder by killing anybody who they suspect of doing drugs. He just gives them free rein and says, I will personally acquit anybody who is arrested on charges of killing a drug addict. He is also a user of the drug fentanyl, so also a bit of a hypocrite, you might say. So, Trump is not exactly an autocrat. He doesn't have full control of the government. He doesn't have final say. We have checks and balances. He would love to be one. He would love to be ruler of the world. I don't think anybody really could deny that. But I'm not saying that that's his intention or, even what he's trying to do. But anyways, it's a tweet, guys. Get over it. It's a gif. It was a joke. It's nothing that should be concerning to the freedom of the press when he's consistently attacked him. There's been way bigger news stories to cover about his attack on the media, like how he's holding these press gaggles without allowing any videotapes inside. Now, journalists are only allowed to record, and Sean Spicer and the White House have already come out and said that in the future they may not even allow recording, and they actually threatened in a memo to reporters that they were not allowed to report on the fact that they were being told that they were not allowed to report on the White House press briefing. That is actually a scary move. That's an autocratic move. Why aren't we talking more about that? A stupid tweet is not something that needs to be making national headlines when we have a president who does not care about the freedom of the press, and has showed it in so many more just direct ways. He's come out and said during multiple press briefings, multiple public appearances, even with heads of state next to him, saying, we won't talk about the fake news or CNN's fake news or the Wall Street Journal's fake news. Anything that's negative about him is fake news. Polls are fake news. That's dangerous. A GIF isn't dangerous. And the Democrats, the corporate Democrats, think this is the perfect way to attack Donald Trump. They think that this will show Trump supporters that Trump is unhinged and unfit to be president, when in reality they're only gonna give ammo to him, and they're gonna make people like me, people who are liberal, people who hate Trump, not like CNN.